Hello?
Hey little lady, hello.
Who is this?
You're looking cute as can be.
Simon?
You're looking mighty sweet.
Tina?
No, it ain't Stina, it's me.
Oh my god.
You're Hungry Bookworm, Julie. Now do a book tag for me.
Am I dreaming this?
No, and you ain't in Kansas neither. Do me a favor and fill me this tag, sweetheart. It's real personal. Come on and give it a think.
I don't know if I should.
Hey little lady, be nice.
You just want one tag, right?
Sure do, let's make it a date.
You know I'm in a relationship.
Don't need no couple's advice.
I'll film it first thing.
Don't need no playing for time.
I gotta go.
And now it's Kids World time.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Kit, and this is my world. You're very welcome to join me. Thanks for coming along. Although, unfortunately, you've arrived on rather a scary occasion, because I've got a stalker. I know, spooky. Have you seen Misery? Yes, you see, someone who I became friends with on BookTube has begun stalking me in a very creepy, sinister and scary manner. I fear for my safety. This person may decide to make more tags. As it is, so far she's only done one tag, and I'm very flattered. So this is a tag that was made just for me by a fan. Psycho. Nutcase. Crazy person. A fan. A friend. A bookish friend on BookTube. And her name is Julie, and she's from Hungry Bookworm. I'll leave a link in the description. She's actually quite a well-established booktuber. She has a great channel. Go check her out. But this is the episode where Kit's world disappears up its own bottom. I hope you enjoy it. So, without further ado, but with a great deal of embarrassment and buttock clenching, we will now begin the Kit's World tag. Question number 1. Re-enact your favourite title from Katharine Kerr books. Cosplay accepted. Oh, dear God. Julie, what are you doing to me? Okay, I'm going to... okay, here we go.
Azosa Sothi Lorezahaz. What am I doing?
If that worked, that was a scene from one of my favourite moments in one of my favourite books in my all-time favourite long-running series. Separate from the trilogy, which is another favourite. So that was Azosa Sothi Lorezahaz, which is the name of a dragon. And when one of the many main characters utters this name, it has a powerful effect. And it's a great moment. And it's one of those things where, you know, I can't speak French or German or Latin or a little bit of Finnish, but most of the time I'm crap at human languages. However, I can get my tongue around Black Speak from Tolkien, and apparently I can also pronounce dragon names from Katharine Kerr, and also other Celtic things like Umglaith and all of that sort of thing. So I'm going to say Azosa Sothi Lorezahaz. Question number 2. Oh dear God. Okay. No more graphics for the time being. This is one of those things where Julie has painstakingly made separate sub-questions, each one beginning with the first letter, the second letter, and the third letter of my 3-letter name, Kit, K-I-T. So, part 1 is K, keen on it, a book you keep rereading. Well, do you know what? I'm not going to mention the Kerr books or indeed the Feist and Wirtz books. I might have to later, but for this one, I'm going to say The Keys to Paradise by Robert E. Vardaman. I did a review of that, which nobody watched, but it's one of my favourite books to reread because it's really easy. It's a really easy read, and it's gentle. It doesn't require any thought. It doesn't stir up any particular emotions that I need to be careful about. There are no triggers. It's just a cosy read in the fantasy genre. It's 3 books in one, although I've never seen it sold as individual 3 books. I've only ever seen it sold as one big volume. And it's just fun, easy, light, relaxing, cosy, and it's moderately happy ending, depending on how you interpret it. I like it, so I'm going to say The Keys to Paradise by Robert E. Vardaman. Part 2. I for investment, a book or set of books that cost you more than you wanted to pay for, but you just had to have it, or a book that you have invested a lot of time on. Well, both parts of this question fit, and I'm sorry to say it is the Kerr books. I've got 15 of them in paperback, and then when I went over to Kindle, had to buy all 15 of them again in the Kindle version, and I objected to having to spend so much money on books that by that point were quite old and obscure, and also I object to the fact that Kindle keeps changing the cover art on them. Every time I open up my Kindle to read my Katharine Kerr books, they've got a different picture, and it's really annoying. I like the original British cover art. I think it was by Jeff Taylor. I will check. I'll put a caption up if I've got it wrong. I like the original pictures, and they've got stupid ones at the moment, maybe from American publications or European ones, I don't know, but they're crap. I want the original ones back, and I don't seem to have any control over that. So, although that's got nothing to do with this question, I felt like having a rant. And finally, part 3 of question number 2, T, tantalising. Tantalise me/your audience with a revelation. I had a particularly enjoyable date last night with my other half, my significant other, the one who completes me, in all sincerity, and it went very well. And I'm saying this because you specifically asked how it went in Instagram, so I'm just answering your question. I hope that wasn't too much info. Question number 3. I know about your love of film. Is there a book that you would like to see on screen? Julie, this is a fabulous question, and I'll be delighted to answer it. No. It is a little bit more complicated than that. I have spent the majority of my adult life wishing for certain books to be made into films, and I used to play what I called the casting game. I used to play it with my friend Ian. We both shared almost identical taste in fantasy, and we shared the Katharine Kerr. In fact, I introduced him to Katharine Kerr. He introduced me to weddings. And we used to cast all our favourite books, and often we would argue about who we thought was an appropriate character. For example, he thought that Paul Newman would be a perfect actor to play the role of Nevin, or Nevian, in the Katharine Kerr books. And I disagreed because I can't bear American accents in fantasy. It's just a thing I have. I don't think an American accent fits a fantasy vernacular, even in a fantasy by an American, like Katharine Kerr. And do you know what? I went with Ian McKellen, and this was in the days prior to Lord of the Rings. I thought Ian McKellen would be a perfect fit for Nevin. And then Years later, he was cast as Gandalf, and my first reaction was to be appalled. I just couldn't see him in the role. So it shows how shit I would be as a casting director, because of course no one could play Gandalf except McKellen. But over the years, I've come to realise that no film or indeed TV series will ever do justice to the vision that I have in my head of all my favourite fantasy. And I've reached a point in my life now where I don't want to keep being disappointed by them getting it wrong. Question number 4. Do you actually read your poo book whilst on the throne? If your answer is yes, I require evidence of this. If your answer is no, why not? Julie, why do I get the terrifying impression that you were hoping to see a picture of me on the throne? It's not going to happen. The answer to your question, I'm pleased to say, is no. I don't read the poo book while on the throne. I don't read any book while on the throne. I spend as little time on the throne as possible. I'm not the sort of person who lingers. And if I read anything on the throne, it's probably the back of a shampoo bottle or something, just to give me something to focus my mind on, and then I get out of there as quickly as I possibly can. Question number 5. After watching my video of reading positions in the bath, please tell us which one you like to adopt. If none, please devise a new position. Again, we're back to horror territory now, so I advise all my non-psychopathic viewers to prepare yourselves for this next item, because I will show you a brief clip of Julie in the bath. I haven't got her permission for this, but I get the distinct impression that she would really rather like everyone to see it. So here is Julie in the bath, and I have nothing further to add. The answer to the question, Julie, is the missionary position. I'm sorry. The answer... How to keep a straight face while answering this question. The answer to your question, Julie, is the missionary position, as you called it. When I read in the bath, I generally just lie on my back and read in a normal, non-gymnastic position, one that doesn't involve being double-jointed or not having this great big giant belly. And lastly, but not leastly, question number 6. Choose one book that you would buy your really smelly and farty boss when you get him in the secret Santa drawer. A possible promotion is in it for you. I have been fortunate throughout my working career to have never had a boss in the sense that you're probably thinking of a boss. I've never really done a normal job, apart from briefly working as an emergency telephone operator and a broadband sales representative. But that doesn't really count, because I choose to forget that I even did that. My work has always been in theatre, film and television, and so although there have been people above me, I've never really considered anyone my boss per se. And when I have had bosses, I've always kind of secretly considered myself to be superior to them anyway, so they don't count either. Would I get them in a secret Santa? And they're farty and smelly. Some talcum powder. So there we have it. I got through it. One of the strangest experiences I've had since starting this channel. Julie, I'm sincerely flattered. Thank you very, very much for making a tag all about me. It's been a unique experience. I hope it wasn't too cringy. I hope it's been fun for you and everyone else. And on that note, I think I'll gratefully call it a day. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't already, you know what to do. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share, comment, do all the good stuff, and I will see you next time. See you later.